it appears necessary for you to place more importance on the sky than on the sun, to put the requirements of the masses above your own individual desires. This is so telling to right now where we are. We wear masks to supposedly protect others, but at the same time, we're hindering the fresh air for ourselves. You see, the age of Aquarius, where you put the populace and everybody else ahead of yourself. Hence, when the sun is in Aquarius, it is opposite of the sign Leo, which represents the self. Get it? Yes. Peace, peace. What it is. All right, today is January the 20th. Today is the first day of the New World Order. Welcome to the end of the world. If Biden, I call dude Biden, like that's hilarious. If Biden gets inaugurated today, which should be happening now, I believe, then yes, the world is ending. He has sold us out to China in the New World Order. So it is what it is. Today is 0 degrees Aquarius, and today I'm going to be showing you how the inauguration is an esoteric ritual performed on the masses every 4 years in order to crown the king of the world. Long story short. So let's just go through these numbers and then we'll get to the lesson at hand. And I'm gonna read some sun in Aquarius because we got that for the next 30 days. This is the beginning of the new age of the age of Aquarius officially. We had the conjunction on December 21st. Everything lined up on 0 degrees Aquarius, and now the sun is finally there to magnetize and bring that energy to the world. So it's really gonna go down tomorrow, and the fact that Mars is transiting Uranus on the day that the sun enters the sign that Uranus rules, I think is very, very telling. And then that is the Cancer Duad of Taurus. Let's scoot this over. Bam and bam. Uranus, right? That's the Cancer Duad. So they both in the Cancer Duad. So it's how we taking care of ourselves. How are we going to take care of ourselves for the next? I mean, if we're looking at this from a Uranus cycle, talking about the next 84 years, right? So because it takes Uranus 84 years to go through a cycle. Now, is it that? Hey, that may be exactly what it is, man. Because Trump was like the last hope for restoring the republic of this country. It's the Republican form of government that guarantees your rights as a people. It's not a democracy, man. Democracy is demo going crazy. It's mob rule, man. 49. If it's 100 people, 51 people want to kill themselves. 49 people don't want to kill themselves. But those 100 people are in a democracy. So 59 to 40, 51 to 49, majority rules. Everybody dies. That's a democracy, okay? So it is what it is, but hey, welcome to the end of the world, I suppose. Now, at 12 o'clock, the moon will be 29 degrees Aries, but right after that, it will go to Taurus. So the moon's gonna be, hold on, damn, just now realizing this as I'm talking, the moon will also transit. Because, let me see, 23, 29, bam, 29 at 12 o'clock. Oh, no, it ain't going to transit it tomorrow. It's going to be approaching it, though. The moon's going to be approaching Mars and Uranus at that 6 degree mark in Taurus. It's just going to be 4 degrees at the beginning, at 12 o'clock tonight. So at the beginning of the 21st. The moon is going to be 5 degrees Taurus, so it's going to be right around 6 degrees Taurus that Mars and Uranus is. Basically, long story short, something going to pop off tomorrow. It was a game that was like I don't want to say analogous, but it was like kind of a reference to what's going on. It was like a game from like 2008, and it was like during the president was the most liked president. It was like Trump, basically. It was like foreshadowing what's going on now. And essentially in the game, like on the inauguration day, somebody like bombed the inauguration. So it like blew up like government. This is a game now we talking about. This is some game. If I find a clip, I'll put it on here.
Following a disputed election and a tie vote, the U.S. Congress installs the most unpopular president in U.S. history as David Jefferson Adams becomes the 44th President of the United States. Shortly after the election, increased unrest, rioting, and a growing number of militias have given rise to ever-increasing domestic terrorism. In response, the President invokes the Homeland Security Act and declares martial law on the West Coast and other areas of the country. Though highly contested, a Supreme Court ruling sidesteps the electoral process, disqualifying popular presidential candidates from several states. Public outrage explodes when a sham election leads to incumbent David Adams accepting a second term in office. During the 57th Inauguration Day ceremonies, Washington, D.C. is struck by a low-yield nuclear weapon, killing David Adams and most of the U.S. Congress. The destruction of Washington, D.C. effectively breaks the chain of succession, sending the nation into chaos. In an emergency vote, the European Union deploys peacekeepers in the greater D.C. area to secure international interests. With separatist sentiment rising, California's governor declares home rule and secedes from the Union. Texas follows quickly and declares sovereignty, taking neighboring states with them and forming the Republic of Texas. Now, the once United States of America lie in ruin. The time for words has passed, and a second American Civil War now erupts as 7 factions wage war across the land. They battle one another to reclaim a nation, to restore peace, to rebuild this shattered union.
But I don't remember if I saved it. But anyway, and like the whole world was like messed up and wasn't no form of government, so it's like anarchy and shit. And you know, of course, I don't believe nothing like that's going to happen. But Mars transiting Uranus on the day that the sun enters Aquarius, man, that's big, man. I don't know. So we gonna see. You know, it's really showing that it's really going to show, I should say, that you understand what I'm saying? Like it's some major changes going on. Uranus and Aquarius and essentially represents change. You know, changing for the group, big change, changing for the masses. Uranus represents like unpredictability. You know what I'm saying? That's why Aquarius is so like what's it called? Well, you know, they kind of out there. I can't think of the best term. They kind of, you know, just kind of like wild spirits, if you will, those type of people. You know what I'm saying? That's what Aquarius energy is what it represents. So spontaneity, things of that nature. So let's look at the word inaugurate so we can understand what's going on here. To inaugurate, the root is aug, ug, and that means to increase. Okay, so you see it means from whom the celebrant hoped divine increase. Okay, so when you inaugurate somebody, right, you are essentially hoping the best for them, wishing the best for them. You understand what I'm saying? Favorable, right? It's the same root word for the word August, where we get the month, right? August, right? Now, I said in the video 2 days ago how this inauguration is always take place January 20th. That's always right around 0 degrees Aquarius. If it ain't 0, it's 29 or 1 degree Aquarius. And Aquarius in astrology represents the savior. You know what I'm saying? The prophet for the people. You see what I mean? And the opposite sign of Aquarius is Leo. Because as I've said in previous videos, and as everyone knows, it's when you're talking astrology, you're talking 2 sides of one sign: Aries and Libra, Taurus and Scorpio, Gemini, Sag, Capricorn, Cancer, Leo, Aquarius, and Pisces, Virgo. So the fact that the word inaugurate, you know, inauguration, share is the root word for it is the word August, which the month August is where we have the sign Leo, and Leo is the exact opposite of the sign in which the inauguration always takes place, Aquarius. Okay, that is ritual, fam. All right, the leader of the free world, the hero, the Heru, the Jesus, the Savior, etc. That's why they do the Electoral College. They confirm the Electoral College on the 6th, which is a Christian festival called Epiphany. It's all ritual, family. It's all ritual on the masses, all right? Straight up and down. So let's go to Sun and Aquarius. Let's get some understanding of this energy that we finna be subject to for the next 30 days. Maybe we can get some insight of what's to come. Now, living through liberating. All right, man, ain't that a bitch? Cause I mean, yeah, the COVID shit is showing us, man. They want to control every aspect of your life, right? Like, hope y'all see this now. It's not conspiracy theory no more. This is what it is. Okay, Aquarius is the water bearer. The water symbolizes emotion. This means that your goal is to experience and to express your feelings without getting wet, that is, emotionally biased, overly attached, or upset. In order to accomplish this, you strive to be free of whoever or whatever has emotionally cramping influence over you. However, in your efforts to liberate yourself, you run the danger of throwing the baby out with the bathwater by pretending not to have feelings for anything other than the reasonably manageable. Furthermore, your convoluted mind is able to detach itself from the very fact that you have detached yourself in the first place. Phones ringing. Alright, sorry about that. This is why the sun is in its detriment in Aquarius, for your will can lose itself in the sky of your urge to be free. This would not matter if it were not for the fact that more than any other sign, you hold the key to what is being a human being. That has to do with the truth that originally there was nothing to fear like a clear sky, but along with being born came with the apparently unchosen situation of being emotionally involved with someone like your father or your mother. As an Aquarian, you have chosen to free yourself and others from family, class, racial, and religious conditioning that holds the truth in bondage. So you have to discover a way of loosening these bonds, which requires first having a good look at them. Aquarius sits to put everything in the shop window and keep nothing back in the shop. This means that in an attempt to present your ideal and most evolved but uninvolved self, you actually overlook much of your all too human goodness, and goodness that keeps you out of sight, regarding it as a goodness that you keep out of sight, regarding it as too emotional or autocratic. This is one way, but not the right way of bearing water or of containing and expressing emotion. The positive and most obvious meaning of the water bearer symbol is that of refreshing the masses. With the dawning of the age of Aquarius, this is one of the main tasks on humanity's agenda for the next 2,000 years. In order to accomplish this, the Aquarian qualities of teamwork and group effort have to be employed. So if you find that your life is a pointless struggle, is probably because you are not enlisting yourself as part of a group, a flight of souls aiming for the same goal. It appears necessary for you to take place more important. It appears necessary for you to place more importance on the sky than on the sun, to put the requirements of the masses above your own individual desires. This is so telling to right now where we are. We wear masks to supposedly protect others, but at the same time we're hindering the fresh air for ourselves. You see, the age of Aquarius, where you put the populace and everybody else ahead of yourself. Hence, when the sun is in Aquarius, it is opposite of the sign Leo, which represents the self. Get it? Yes, paradoxically, was that where I was at? Put the mask, individuals out. Yeah. Yes, paradoxically, it is equally necessary for you to maintain a firm sense of individuality in order to uphold and express the Aquarian democratic ideal, and not just to be egoless space. Aquarius, I don't want you to agree with them.
Nigga, when my name come up, respect it. Stop playing with my fucking name. Respect it. Put some respect on it. Stop playing with my fucking name. I'll drill y'all.
Right? because they know. Above all, you are seeking freedom for yourself and others through developing a greater sense of what life on this planet is all about. Good companions, rebellious causes, good times past, future dreams, equality and originality, excessive loneliness, causeless rebels, Markishness. I don't know what that is. Somebody please tell me what that is in the comments. I don't even want to look it up. Pie in the sky, the ordinary imitation. Alright, so you understand the ways of the Aquarius, the energies that we are subject to now and for the next 30 days. Impartial, avoids intimacy, cool, aloof, broad minded, non committal. Fair judge, emotionally inept. Fair judge, like, somebody that can sit back and gauge both sides, right? But at the same time, that type of person could not be empathetic to a person's problems, right? Okay, so it's two sides of everything. You know what I'm saying? So peace and love, man. It's ah man, I don't know what the future holds, but it is what it is. You know what I mean? You gotta. This is when y'all. I mean, like you, like I hope you strong with your faith and all that. You Christians are amazing. Y'all are amazing. Y'all really threw Jesus on the back burner for a mask. That's real talk. It is amazing. But peace and love. Y'all take it easy.